Hello and welcome to Ginger Welsh Allotments. It's been a couple of days since I did my last vlog where I was attempting to pollard my apple tree, and now I've had time to reflect about it. I'm going to get a tree surgeon in because the apple tree is much bigger when you stand underneath it than I thought it was, and I'd have to work at height a lot, and soaring at height I'm not really that comfortable with, so I'm going to get a tree surgeon in to sort that out. And the other thing I have to show you is when I opened my seed potatoes the other day, the second earlies that arrived in the post, I had 3 Charlottes, 3 second earlies, and they came with some grow bags, and inside the grow bags was some seeds. So I'll show you the seeds I had now. I was basically checking the size of these bags to see how big they were, and they're not as big as I thought, but in amongst them were these. So I've got some more tomatoes, which, well, I don't really need any more tomatoes, to be honest. And I did think I would keep these until next year, because I have got this variety from last year to plant. But on the back, it said sow by December 2018. So I think what I'll do, I'll sow this lot this year, and I'll keep the ones I bought last year for next year because they had a longer shelf life on them. I got these ones which are grow under glass, but I don't think I'm going to grow these this year because I don't think I'll have the room under glass to grow them, as I'm trying aubergines this year. And they got sow by 2019, so I can sow them next year. I'm very excited about this because it's golden beetroot, so I'm going to give that a go. And 2 lots of beetroot, which I'm quite pleased about because I successionally grow beetroot. So I was figuring I would have to buy beetroot this year, but now I won't have to. And some more cabbage, this variety, Cabis. And I don't think I'll be sowing this year either, December 2019, simply because I've got 3 varieties of cabbage all ready to grow. It's a very windy day over here today. I'm sheltering in my shed in the hopes that the audio won't be too bad in here. But I've just come over to the plot and I'll take you around and show you what little bits I've managed to get done. And I thought, oh, while I'm here, I'll show you how untidy my shed is. Ta-da! So this is one very untidy shed, which is on the list of things to do, but I obviously want to put some shelves in and some boarding so I can hang some of my tools up. But I need a non-rainy day to be able to get everything out of the shed to then work in the shed. So that won't be done for a while. And although it looks a mess, I do actually know where everything is in this shed. And these potatoes I dug out of the ground when I was putting in my latest really long bed, and those were in the ground, but I'm not going to eat them. I'm just going to chuck them away in the bin. Don't put them in your compost in case they start to root and then you'll have potatoes growing in your compost. So let's have a look around the plot anyway. So the first thing I have to show you is my plum tree, where I weeded around the bottom as it was really weedy. So I've made a square around it, and I'm going to now put a frame around the tree so that when I look at it, I can just look inside the frame and see whether any weeds have grown up inside the frame. And once I've built the frame, I will put some well-rotted manure in that. And over here are the strawberries, which, believe it or not, I have actually weeded around them. But I have only weeded around the strawberries and the shallots because I'm going to dig out those strawberries at some point soon. So I didn't see any point in me weeding the bits in between. Here is my rhubarb patch, which I have recently weeded and put well-rotted manure on top. And now that I've done that, you can see that a couple of the rhubarb stems are beginning to poke their way back through, which is a really cheerful sight to see. This one down here and the one next to it are variety that I grew last year. So I'm hoping they'll all come up again this year. And over there is my onion patch, which has been exposed to the elements again. Obviously the wind has blown the fleece off it, and it's not a bad thing because, as you can see, I need to get in amongst them and weed them. And over there the wind has blown the frame over, which was covering my purple sprouting broccoli. So the first job I have to do now is to get in and amongst that purple sprouting broccoli and take out all the yellowing leaves and then put the cage back on top. And I'm finally going to get round to removing the Brussels tops from the stems, and then I'll take the rest of the plants out as well. So I'll have a general tidy up today, which means it's time for the montage music. I'm beginning the tidy up by removing the Brussels tops and taking out the Brussels sprout plants, and then I'll move on to clearing out the purple sprouting broccoli. As you can see, all those leaves are yellow and they're not doing the plant any good at all. And I'm finally harvesting the last of my leeks, and I thought I'd get a bit of kale as well. My next job is to remove the 3 purple sprouting broccoli near us. One, because I wanted to use the posts to stake the other purple sprouting broccoli, and 2, this purple sprouting broccoli that I'm now digging up is absolutely atrocious. I don't know what's gone wrong with it, what that is, but I don't want to be eating any broccoli from something that looks like that. So that's all going in the compost. So if any of you know what on earth that was, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much. I'm now staking the purple sprouting broccoli. I'm only doing 2 of the plants because the other 3 or 4 that are there are quite happy standing up by themselves. But there are 2 plants that have grown quite big, so I want to make sure that I stake them. And this coming year I will make sure that I stake all my purple sprouting broccoli and sprouts from the very outset, so that they don't suffer from any rocking with the wind, because I think that's why a lot of my sprouts blew last year, was because I didn't stake them well enough. Well, I didn't stake them at all, to be honest. So that's one lesson learned from last year anyway. Here is a close-up of the 2 staked purple sprouting broccoli. So I'm hoping that anytime soon I'll have some purple sprouting broccoli coming through. But at the moment I can't see any sign of any little florets forming anywhere. And having not grown this before, I'm not really sure what I'm looking for anyway. But fingers crossed I'll have a harvest from here soon. Now I'm digging up the tiny little Swedes that did grow, but they didn't grow very big. So I've decided to take them all out so I can prepare this ground for the coming growing season. There are also some old lettuces lying around which I'm taking out at the same time, but I won't be eating any of them as they're not very good quality. Next job is to remove the broccoli and then weed around the broad beans. As you can see from here, it's extremely windy, and those broad beans are in need of a weed. I just need to cover them back over and give them a bit more protection from this wind. And the final job for today is to clear away the pak choi, and I'm ripping the pak choi up into small bits so it will compost quicker. Then I'm going to weed over the bed and transplant my cabbages. I want to start prepping this long area where the cabbages were, so I thought I'd give them a go transplanting. And this is how I did it. I dug up a big clump of the earth, I made a well in the bed, and then popped the root ball into the bed and really tried to firm it in. These cabbages didn't look like they were hearting up anyway, so nothing ventured, nothing gained in moving them. And if they don't heart up, I'll just take the leaves like you would with kale and use them as a cut and come again crop. Here are the 4 cabbages all transplanted. The other cabbages I've taken home, put them in my harvest, and I shall use them very much like kale. So maybe I'll put them with some potatoes and mash them all up together. Well, the rain came down eventually, so I'm going to head home now. But I thought I'd give you a quick show of what the allotment is looking like now. So I'm sure you'll agree it's a lot different from how it was 2 hours ago. But I'm going home now because I'm soaking. And here is the harvest from today. So I've got the last of the leeks and the last of the beetroot. Got some kale, the last of the Swedes, that's all the Swedes taken out now, and I reckon I'll get about 3 portions of mashed Swede from them, so it's not too bad. I would have obviously rather have had 18 portions as I planted 18 stations, but there we are, at least I got something. We got the Brussels tops and the winter cabbage, which I'll just I'll keep on the plant until I'm ready to use it. Well, that is the last big harvest I'll probably have for a while, as all that's left growing in the ground now are some winter cabbages, spring cabbages, Swiss chard, spinach, the purple sprouting broccoli, the broad beans and the cauliflower, but not much of that is ready yet. I was very pleased to get over to the allotment this morning, as I was expecting it to rain, but I got a good 2 hours worth of work done, so I'm very happy about that. I feel like progress has been made. So all I can say about that is lovely job!